Okay, so let's move into the last part of this lab. Okay, we're all open in Pro. Your map, your colors may look a little different than mine, but this is looking really good. The contours turned out very nice. There's not too many of them for the scale that we're at. The only thing I want to do with you is I want to run two operations. And the first one is to eliminate these small pieces here, okay, these small polygons here. And it's not, we're going to need to use a special tool for that, because if you click on edit and you just wanted to edit these directly and you select on that, see, that's one massive contour. All of these contours have the same elevation, and so it's just going to be hard to work with those in this type of modify mode. Okay, so let's deselect that and let's make it a little easier on ourselves. We're going to go over here, right click, Symbology. All right, and change this to single symbol, and let's make that hollow. So we're going to go to properties and make this a no color. And if you have that at 0.7, that's fine. Okay, that's good. 0.7, 0.5. Okay, so you see all of these little bits here. We want to get rid of all of those, and there's a great tool to do that. However, there's some that we definitely want to keep. Okay, this is defining this area. So we want to find a size that's just about right. Where it's just small enough that it's not really helping our map. It's more of a hindrance. And I think this would be a good size. So to determine what that size is, we could just come up to map, all right, and we're going to measure, okay, and you're going to measure an area, and I'm going to clear this, and then just draw around your feature or your sub feature because it's part of a bigger one, and then just double click when you're done. Okay, so we have 16.75 square kilometers. I'm going to take that down to about 14 to account for this extra space and the actual line itself. So let's keep that number in mind, 14 square kilometers. Okay. And now we want to run a process to eliminate all of these. Anytime you want to run a process, you come up here to analysis and you go to your tools, okay, and type in eliminate, okay, with an I. All right, and what we're looking for is eliminate polygon. So let's type in polygon. All right, eliminate polygon part. Okay, so click on that, and then down here, these are good, helpful tools if you want to use these in the future, and you can always add them to your project favorites or to your favorites. Okay, and so we're going to double click on that. Our input feature, this is the feature class we're working with, will be this, and the condition is going to be area. Okay, and we said 14, and this is going to be square kilometers. So scroll up to the top. Now this is important. We need to uncheck that because all of these little polygons are inside bigger polygons. So if we have that checked, nothing's going to happen. Now let's choose environment. And we're going to come over here to our current map elevation, and then we are going to run it. Okay, boom. Now, let's uncheck our Texas contours, and you can see we got rid of all of that little jibber jab, I guess you could say. So let's remove this fella. We're going to remove him. And now we're going to run one more operation. I'm not really sure we have to even, because these are so nice and smooth, but I want to walk you through this because this is good for lines and polylines, okay, polygons. So we're going to go back to analysis. We're going to go to tools, and we're going to choose smooth polygon. Okay, see they had polyline too. So if you want to smooth out your contours, this is the tool to do it with. Okay, see there's smooth line as well. Okay, so our input features are going to be the eliminate polygon, and this is fine. All right, and we're going to leave that alone. Now we really don't need to smooth that much, so I'm going to do this at 0.5 kilometer. So I'm just going to put 500 meters, and I'm going to go to environment, and I am going to choose the current map, and then we are going to run that. Okay, minor difference, but as I said, we're in pretty good shape here. So let's remove this fella. All right, and now let's go to our catalog and let's clean up everything or delete everything except the smooth polygon. So these three here, and right click, and you may not have, I ran this operation before, so you may not have all of these, but just make sure you're deleting your eliminate polygon and your Texas contours. That way you won't get mixed up. So then you could just hit delete and enter. Okay, and now let's name this one Texas contours, and in front of here we're gonna put poly underscore. Okay, and then just click. Okay, so that's good. And then let's right click here and remove. Okay, and then Texas poly contours. There we go. Okay, so we're all back cooking with grease. All right, now here's the fun part. We're getting close to the end. So what we're gonna do is right click, head on down to Symbology, okay? And we are going to change this from single symbol to graduated colors, okay? And we want to change this to equal interval. No, I'm sorry. Let's try quantile. I think that's going to be fine. And let's go, we're going to choose the maximum possible. Okay. Let me see, quantile. Yeah, let's try equal interval. There's a little bit more pizzazz in there, I think. Okay. That looks good. Now, here is what we need to do is come to catalog, go to your portal, go to your living atlas. Okay, and I want you to search for paper cut, and I want you to right click on this style and add it. Now I've already done it, so I don't want to do it again and mess things up, but when you add it, it's going to say, hey, do you want to upgrade? Definitely hit yes. Okay, you need to do that for this to work. And then it'll be loaded in your system. Okay, now down here, you'll see your Symbology tab. And now we're going to symbolize all of these with the paper cut style. So come up to more. And you know what? Before we do this, let's open up our layout. Sorry guys, this should should be better because I don't want to have it redraw twice. This is a pretty big graphics operation. So let's come to our layouts and let's open up our elevation layout. Okay, I like that a lot better. Okay, give this a little time to draw. Okay, now you're gonna have your terrain map in here, and here's the beauty of using these map frames. So watch what we can do. Unlock your map frame. This is your map, and this white frame around your map is your map frame. Okay, so let's come over here to options. And instead of our map frame being our Texas base, we are going to choose elevation. So it's just that easy. Okay, let's roll that up. Now, let's go. We can symbolize from here. So let's come here and we need to click on our contours layer. So everything is good. Now, under more, we're going to do all our symbols. Okay. And we're going to go to the gallery, and you should have, I don't think you're going to have these, but you should have paper cut. Okay. Now click on that fella, and I am going to hit pause. This can take a little bit of time, but you can see this is really, really beautiful. Okay. It actually shows your contours as stacked layers of paper. Okay, and the reason why it can do this is because all of our contours are closed. We made polygons. Okay, we didn't just make lines. So that looks really cool. Like, and if you zoom in, it can look, you know, it'll regenerate, and you can see like down here, it's just a really neat effect. But let's come up here to layout and zoom out again, okay? And let's add a color gradient to it. So you're gonna go to you're gonna click up here. This is return to the primary symbology page. And what we're gonna do here is we are gonna change the color scheme. Let's try this. I created my own, okay, when I was preparing for this lab. And so what I want you to do is click on show names and find one that says elevation, okay? But I want you to adjust it so that it really works well for Texas, okay? And I'm gonna show you how to do that. And that's gonna be a big part of your grade, okay? So click on elevation, or one of them anyway. And now you're gonna see, it's gonna have, see how much nicer that looks? And then it's gonna, and it really fits Texas well. These are the rainy, piney woods of East Texas, and you know, the swampy Gulf. And then you head up into the hill country, and then, you know, you're high and dry on the Llano Estacado and Big Bend. Okay, so to create something like this, and I can help you guys get started with this, you go to Format Color Scheme. Okay, and I know this looks super complicated, but what you can do is start with a dark brown. Okay, so you would click on this guy, and you can come here to color and go to color properties. Okay, and if you want to make it darker, okay, this is hue. That's hue means color. Saturation is how much pigment is in that color. Is it a rich red or a pale red? And then this is the one that's going to help you a lot, is the value. Okay, value is light or darkness of the color. So let's make this one a little darker, and it shows you, okay, it used to look like this, now it looks like that. Okay, so you can click OK. Now I put in too many of these. Okay, I was kind of messing around, and I just put in a lot. And if you want to put in another one, what you can do is say you want one in between these two guys. Okay, if you click plus, it's going to go right in the middle of them, and it's going to put a color that is equal to the center of both of those. Okay, I hope that made sense. Okay, but work on this because this is really going to be a big part of making this project your own. And I think see, I don't have enough dark over there, so I'm going to move this like that. And let's see, I guess I have to click OK, and then it loads it in. So I want you to play with these, okay, and get it just the way you want. And then finally, what we're going to do is we are going to go here, and we need to put in the credits, and we also need to put in our scale. Okay, so let me help you with that. So we're going to come up to insert, and let's just choose dynamic text. And what we're going to do first is the reference scale. All right, so let's just draw that out here. Okay, and that gives you 1 to 2.75 mil. And then we do want to add the credits now. Okay, so uncheck your credits. Okay, and we gotta click on those. There they are. Okay, then we're gonna pull these guys up here, and let's see. Okay, let's just put in I don't know why the credits aren't appearing. Let's delete those. And then I'm going to come up here to dynamic text and hit credits. They may not have any credits for this because so much of it was just done by us. So I want you to double click on that text that's credits. And then here, I want you to put caps lock USDA, USGS, NASA, and John Nelson. He's the guy that came up with that paper cut style, which was such a huge help. And you can see that's just coming in down here. So what we want to do now, why is this? Okay, good. So now just put that next to your reference. Make sure it's lined up with the Smarties. Pop up here to layout. Now wait to export until this final wheel until this wheel has stopped spinning. Okay, and then you're going to go to Share, Export Layout. And this is going to be a nice one, all right? And let's export it as a PDF, okay? And you're going to call this, let's go to your exports folder, okay? And you're going to call this Texas elevation, and we don't need to remove the layout background. Okay, and we will output this as an image, LZW, all of that is good. Okay, so I've given you a few extra days on this one, and I'm looking forward to seeing your amazing maps.